So enemy jungler obviously started bot. I know, I saw it. But yes, obviously, so you can ping this just like straight away because LeBlanc might get level 2 ganked. Even though it's a Nocturne, you never know. So when she holds down here, I'd still be nervous for her. So that's just something you should instantly do every game. Like, as soon as you know where they start, even though LeBlanc should know, that's why you're fucking gonna be challenger, yeah? You have to be better than everyone else. See how Nocturne pings on the way here? So you should ping where he starts. Okay? That ping, if this LeBlanc is smart, will push her over here. And if Nocturne is here, even if you haven't got it warded, which you don't, what the fuck can he do? Just because you ping. Yeah? So you're communicating all the time. In terms of clearing camps, try to clear them towards your next camp. So if you're going to Raptors here, obviously you are. You could even think, like, honestly, what's Ori's health like? Yeah, the lane's kind of bad. I was just going to say, like, if this lane was pushing, which I thought it was, you could always think about swinging mid. Looks retarded, but, like, a lot of people are doing it, and it actually works. So if the lane is in a state where it's pushing into a LeBlanc as well, so good to gank for, even though you have blue buff, you could always think of doing this. Would be risky, though, against a jungler maybe like Graves or Kindred, because they can, like, react to this better than the other junglers and fuck you over. But against a Nocturne who's probably just going to free farm, especially when he does this and you're level 3 still, yeah. Yeah, it depends on the wave, right? So this wave is obviously pushing into Ori, and if she just hangs over here, you can't really do anything. But if it's going the other way, even if she stands over here, you can just, like, gank her from behind, you get her flash. After she flashes, you just go to your top side. Yeah? So always be aware of this, like, after doing your third camp. But yeah, in terms of, like, finishing your camp, you should really be here already. So ideally, like, Wing the last couple of walls, just to hit them, last hit them, then you're at your Raptors instantly. So try to finish the camp towards your next one all the time. Over, like, a clear of, like, 2 minutes, it will save, like, 20 seconds, which is huge. Yeah, I'll check it out for this game, Joe. What's up, Jonte? This is probably... Is this a Smurf? Plat? I'm not sure. Round Plat. Just practice tool? You probably don't even need to, like, practice tool, right? Like, all you're doing is just moving your mouse, I guess. So, like, doing walls, for example, on, like, any jungler, let's say, generally speaking, like, you hit it once and move up here. You hit it again, you move up here. So you're always, like, moving closer and closer to your next kind of, like, play. You never just want to, like, do the camp where it is. Unless you, like, I don't know, you want to base. That's really the only situation you would. Here as well, it's important just to think about Nocturne. Just because he level 2 ganked mid, he's going to be doing his blue buff here, so you can ping that again. So you're always thinking about the enemy jungler, bro. Always. That's the most important person in this game. In any game. You want to fucking beat them. You could sometimes as well, just another, you know, bit of fucking thought-provoking thing here. You could always think about going straight to his blue buff. Looks retarded, I know, but mid has prio. Top lane doesn't have prio, who cares? And you can just run straight to his blue because you know he's level 2. So it's like you're punishing him for showing on the map, being level 2, you're level 3 already. So maybe if you just run straight there, you can catch him out. Yeah? It might not work, but I think like maybe you have a chance there. And if it doesn't work, you're going to fucking learn. Yeah? But it's like you're already using the information he's showing you on the map. No reason to get tilted. If you perfectly track them, that's all you can do. But here, like, you can ping where he is. In another game, he might go and dive the ribbon. He might fucking, I don't know, like, path through here and 1v1 you, and let's say he kills you, your LeBlanc doesn't know he's there because you didn't ping. And she probably won't. Yeah? So every time he makes a move on the map, you counter it. Thankfully, Riven gets the kill, really good, and she recalls. What a beast. Fighting this is a waste of time, just go bot crab and take it. So right here, just straight bot crab. Just instantly. Like, after you get this crab, bro, oh, it's so good. Where the fuck are you? Here you are. Oh my god, the replay, man. It's fucked. It's over. I'd also be very careful about using your leap like that, because if he gets there on time, you can potentially fucking die. Mid lane helps a lot to do it, but I would be careful doing it sometimes. It's almost like an intuition thing. Like, if you feel as if you're going to be here at the same time as him, like your clear's kind of slow for whatever reason, Be very careful doing it. But I don't actually mind it because you E down here and you push the crab over here. So it's good. So how you do it is actually good. But right here, like after you push him off, just go straight bot crab. Even though these two have prio, you're level 4, full HP. LeBlanc's down here as well. Leo's off her base. Like, this is just free 2 crabs. And honestly, like, I think the game just ends in terms of the jungle. So in this situation, again, we're always thinking about Nocturne. Your Krugs don't mean anything. Like, nothing in this situation. Like, what do your Krugs mean? Like, fuck the Krugs. Crab gives you the most XP. You get both of these. Mate, it's fucking GG. Maybe even after that, you can go to his Krugs, because you might count his CS properly. So he level 2 ganked mid with 8 CS. He's just done blue and Gromp, because why the fuck would you do walls? They give you, like, the least experience. So his walls are still up, and his Krugs are still up, obviously, because he level 2 ganked mid after Raptors. So you might even think, he's going to do walls here while you're doing the bot crab. You might even sneak to his Krugs and take the big one, and then you recall. And at that point in the game, it's fucking GG, like already. Just because you're thinking about Nocturne the whole time. Yeah? So you get the first crab, that's great, but what about the other one? So another way to think about this is just like the theory, mate. Here it is. The 12 camp theory. Some people might call it like the 4 quadrants, yeah? Where you think like this. Because most junglers just think about the map like this. Right? So it's just your camps. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 camps. Those are the only camps most people farm. Like 99% of junglers will just farm their camps and that's it. If you think about the whole map and the 12 camps, so his as well, it's more resources, right? These are all resources for you to get. It's not like fucking, you know, trespassing IRL, mate. Yeah? Where you get shot. This is a fucking video game. You can run into his jungle. The way you do that is just by tracking what camps he's done, what camps he hasn't done, and what camps he's probably going to do. Okay, and by taking his camps, what he's going to waste is time. So let's say you did that, where you do bot crab, and then you go to his Krugs, take his big Krug, and you might like recall here. Some shit like that. The reason why it's so good is because after he recalls, after doing walls, and he goes like this, he wastes time doing that. If you take this crab, he might go like this. Like, he legit might do this, thinking you're not going to do it. But if you take it, he wastes all that fucking time running there. Okay, never think like that. That is just a false kind of... That's just a misconception. Farming your own camps to reset them is okay, right? In some situations, like let's say there's no way you can get this crab, right? Let's say Nocturne didn't show here. Because he knew you were farming towards your top side, and his lanes aren't in a position to help him. So let's say Nocturne doesn't show. You would probably even assume then that he's going like this to bot. Yeah? And let's just say he gets this crab. In that situation where you know you can't contest this crab and do anything, right? Doing your Krugs is 100% the right play, or you just gang top. One of them. For sure. But just because of the information we've got here, this Nocturne is fucking level 3. You're already 2 camps ahead of him. LeBlanc has pressure mid. Their bot lane has to recall. Leo's off respawn. This is another free crab. Remember, this gives you more experience. Resetting your camps is sometimes important, but the enemy champion always comes first, the enemy jungler. It's not just about you gaining. Yeah? It's also about denying him. This is way more important, to be honest. And if you just think like that, bro, you will fucking climb from Diamond to Master instantly. Guaranteed if you think like that. You also have to read the map, you have to count the CS and stuff and understand what's going on. But if you think like that, you give yourself the opportunity to. Enemy Gromp better than... Again, like, that's a general question, right? Like, I don't know. You have to show me the situation. So, like, if you do your walls, let's say you're... who is it? Nocturne. And your Gromp's up. And I don't know, let's say the enemy jungler dies ganking top and you go like this. That's a waste, obviously. That's fucking 45 seconds away. What is the best after bot scuttle? As I said, I think going to his Krugs. Because his walls are up. Now, I don't know that because I'm looking at this fucking map, and for some reason the map still shows, you know, what camps the enemy champion's done, even though it's in fog. We know that because he ganked mid, 8 CS, red and Raptors. He's then got blue buff, and obviously you do Gromp and not your wolves. instead of wolves because Gromp gives, you know, the most experience. What is it? It's Crab, Gromp, Krugs, is it? Or is it Krugs, Gromp? It's one of them. But yeah. So his wolves are still up, and if you go straight to this Crab, you stop him from getting it. Like, he can do this right here, yeah? You can see how he can just go like this and get that Crab. And you never know. Because your Gromp is spawning at 415, maybe there's a situation like where you gang top and he takes your Gromp. Because you allowed him to take this Crab. Then he takes your wolves, and you don't know that because we're in the wrong place. After bot scuttle, do I then recall? So I would... It depends, again. Like, this is what jungling is, bro. This is why it's so fucking, like... I don't know. A lot of information, right? All you're doing is just reacting to the map, yeah? And what the scoreboard and stuff is giving you. Okay? So the only premeditated thing in a game is kind of like your initial camp. Like, what camp are you going to farm first? Like, what buff? Is it going to be blue buff or red buff? And where are you probably going to path towards? Like, what's your plan? But sometimes you get invaded. Sometimes your fucking mid laner dies and you have to pick up mid. Lots of things change, right? And you just have to react to it. But if you always keep Nocturne in mind, the enemy jungler and his camps and where he is and where he's going to go, you're going to fucking win every game. Because you're winning the jungle matchup. So in this game, yeah, okay, so in this game, after you do this Crab, I would honestly think, because he's doing this, you can always entertain that idea. Not goes wolves. His chickens won't respawn. His chickens will be on a 2:15 timer, right? So they'll respawn at 4:15. 4:15 is the first camp after the buff. Yeah? So you take your buff at like 1:30. 6:30 is its respawn time. The first camp you do after that first buff, whatever it is, will respawn at around 4:15. Bot scuttle, not goes wolves, chicken. So even if he just goes wolves, you might have time. I'm just saying you might have time. I don't know if you do, but you might have time if you finish like the Crab here to sneak in here and take his big Krug and then get out. And remember, your Krugs are still fucking here. It's not like you've missed them. They're still there for you to do. You're not missing anything. It's like you're gaining and denying him at the same time. So let's say that's even, yeah, where you are now. If you gain his Krugs, you also deny his Krugs because he's going to run there. So it's double-edged. This is why Challenger jungle, there's a massive difference between like them and even Grandmaster and Master junglers just because they think like this. Right? But again, it depends. Like, I think it's a little risky just because of the timing, but bot Crab here is just like the obvious move because if he gets bot Crab, he's still in the game kind of, to be honest. Just because it gives the most experience, right? Like, if you just go here. Every camp is 2:15, yes. It used to be 2 minutes. So yeah, 2:15. So the important timers are 4:15 for the first camp. So if you went blue Gromp, right? Your Gromp will respawn at 4:15, around that. Then you have to think about like 6:30, 7 minutes. That's the first buffs. 2.5 for Scuttle, yeah. Just worry about 3:15, yeah. Because Scuttle's random, right? Like wherever it spawns. As soon as you see the grey marker for the next one, you might want to think about it. But the first two are really important. Okay? But yeah, we always try and prioritize like the enemy camps before ours. So this side of the map, funnily enough, is way more important than your fucking side. Way more important. Because of what I just explained. It's double-edged. You gain, you deny him. Let's continue. So yeah, doing Krugs here just a waste of time. Ganking top is kind of okay, like given the state. But yeah, I'd much rather you just focus on your jungle matchup. It's more consistent, yeah? Like you going top, it's bringing Riven into play, it's bringing Vision into play. If Trundle is like tracking properly, he knows you're around here. And because he TP, Riven might be spam pinging, you're like, oh, I'm gonna go help. Yeah? If you go from here to here, who the fuck stops you? Now in some games, yes, like Orianna might have prio and your LeBlanc's fucking getting chunked or might die. So yes, it is risky running down here if the enemy bot lane's still here. That's all situational, that's what I'm saying. Like, it really depends on what's happening. You just have to react to it. But in this game, that is the obvious move. And that's just a fucking insta-win. Nice leap. That's big. Yeah, Nocturne here, if we're tracking, where's he going to go? I think he's going to... So he's just on his walls. I reckon he's going to base and run to bot crab. He might not even run to bot crab because he probably thinks you've done it here. I think most junglers would think you've done it. Yeah? So it's kind of weird. It'll be interesting to see what he does. Yeah, see, look. See how he just took this? So now, he took this. He might think, what the fuck? Why is Kha'Zix not here? He might think you're hanging around topside. Yeah? Because you're not here. Like, why the fuck would you not be here? So if I was coaching Nocturne, I'd be like, ping over here somewhere. Krugs are the only camp Kha'Zix can do, and he might gank top lane or do something. So I'd be pinging around here. You should also know, 423, the first camp's up, so that's Gromp. For him, it's Raptors. Raptors are back up, you see? And what I said before, there was a situation I said, where he would take this crab, because you don't do it, and he can even, like, think about taking your Gromp. Like, if, for some reason, let's just say you stayed here, and you ganked or you showed on vision, you lose Gromp, you lose Wolves, because they'll be up in, like, 15 seconds. And all of a sudden, we've gone from just hard winning, like, just easy, to fucking losing. But as long as you understand why, right? So it's just like your way of thinking, like you reset your camps. Nah. That comes, if you've got nothing else to do, bro, reset your camps for sure. Or like if you're sitting on, don't even think about like resetting your camps. Just look at your camps as golden experience. So when I played Shaco, right? When Dustblade was a thing, Dustblade was 700 gold. When you have Dirk and Warhammer, Dustblade 700. It was such an important item that I would fucking... just go like, I don't know, Krugs, just full clear, get 700 gold, whatever I was doing. That's when you think about clearing your camps. Because you're playing towards it. Okay? Priorities for jungle, again, I just want you focusing on the matchup. So you're just focusing on the first, like, 5 levels before your first base about the enemy jungler. And, like, if we do another sesh, like, next session, I want you fucking pinging level 1 where he started. I want you pinging, like, you know, where he probably should be. After, like, maybe 30, 45 seconds to a minute. He'll probably be at, like, his second buff. Yeah? Now, generally speaking, kills always come first. So in lanes. Which is why I said, like, at level 3, if Orianna was in this position... let's just say this is level 3, you've just finished your walls and you're here. You can always think about that. Kills come first because your fucking camps aren't going anywhere again. Which is why his side comes first. Because your camps aren't going anywhere. These junglers are not going to invade you, bro. So you can just abuse them. Yeah? For example, like, if you get a kill in the mid lane... like, how many times have you said, you probably do it as well, right? You get a kill in the mid lane, then you do Dragon. Then you take the Raptors. Then you do Red Buff over here. But you can still do that just by knowing where the enemy jungler is. But kills come first just because it makes it even easier to get them. So you kill Orianna, how free are Raptors? Oh, so free. You kill Orianna, oh, Dragon's fucking easy. Does that all make sense? So kills, generally speaking, come first. Let's say as well, I don't know, you want to, like, dive Trundle, yeah? Trundle is going to be farming that wave for like 10-20 seconds. In 10-20 seconds time, he might recall. In 10-20 seconds time, your Riven might recall. In 10-20 seconds time, your Krugs are still there. Rift Herald is still there. Trundle might even think you're coming, so in 10 seconds time, yeah, fucking Roadrunners, mate. All the way back here, you can't kill him. So kills, generally speaking, will come first. Appreciate it, bro. What a nice student. Where's Stinger? Stinger, you can be a bit more like Burstfire, mate. You cheeky fucker. Joking. Right, here we go. So you see how this death for whoever happens. So just because you didn't... in this game, okay, so in this game, the play you made where you go to Krugs, you should know Nocturne is going to be bot side there. So you really should be pinging this. Because you're not here to contest Crab. You're not here. So you're giving up all this area. Nocturne is never going to be top. If he ganks top, fucking, you know, after doing his walls and he goes like this, like how troll. You just bang, bang, bang here. It's fucking GG. The art on screen, it's good, isn't it? Okay. This is why jungling's so good, bro. Just because you don't even have to be near a lane to win it. Just by pinging, yeah? But again, the reason you're not pinging is just because you're not thinking about Nocturne. Okay? Because you're just playing your side of the map. But you see like how this play wouldn't actually happen if you just went to Crab? Like Nocturne doesn't make this play, obviously, because you've taken this already. And you also see like how he would have gone from walls all the way like this, and he wastes 25 seconds. So that's the diff. Here we go, mate. K-pop Lee Sin, look at him. When this play happens, if we're full on... Again, it's a little harder on replay, just because, like, I don't see you tabbing and stuff. But if we tab here, we look at Nocturne. He's done his walls, we know, and he's also done this crab right here. So you can always think about the likelihood of getting a kill here in a 1v3. Okay, she's here, but who gives a fuck about her? In a 1v3 is 0%. You are never going to get a kill. Even if Lucian face checks you, you don't one-shot him. He's going to E away, and like, I don't know, Nocturne might go after you. It's fucking sketchy. You're never going to get a kill. So if that's the case, we have to try and think of like a cost, right? So if Nocturne ganks this lane and he gets a kill, assist, whatever the fuck he gets, it's a big win, yeah, for the enemy team. Let's do it in blue. The blue teammate. It's a big plus. It's a big gain down here. We have to think about creating a cost somewhere else. If they're going to gain here, where can we gain? Well, I know. There. There. Now, Krug's fucking risky to go for, but you could. You could go like this. Smite the big Krug, fucking leap over the wall, get out of there, mate. Chickens, yeah, definitely you can do chickens. Okay. Do you divide the jungle by CS by 4, or do you just memorize 20? I mean, I just look at it, I just kind of know, to be honest. I'm pretty good at maths. But yeah, it's just all 4. Just remember that as well, by the way. So Crab is 4, everything's 4, Dragon is 4, Rift Herald is 4, everything's in 4. So 16, 4 camps, 25 camps, 24, 6 camps, 28, 7 camps, yeah. It should be easy. The thing is as well, like, I've done it for fucking years. It might take a little bit of time. Yeah, like, the more you think about it, the easier it will be. It will just be, like, fucking instant. So instead, when you run back to your jungle, which is actually, like, still not that bad, the thing is Nocturne makes this play for free, right? So he makes this play for free, and there's no cost. He still gets all his side of the map, just because we're not thinking about it. Again, you could always think about going here. Swain as well, like, if you were really fucking thinking, you can think like, Swain's still got a control ward. So I reckon he hasn't placed one here yet. So maybe you can go here and wait for Nocturne. Maybe you go around and take his Krugs. Yeah. Yeah, the play isn't always to get a kill. You know what I mean? Remember, what is a kill giving you? It's giving you golden experience. Now, it's the best, don't get me wrong, form of golden experience because it opens up other resources. But it's not just the only thing. So if you can't get a kill here, which you definitely can't, unless you make a play on Nocturne, Krugs, chickens, yeah, a little bit of a cost. Maybe you can make a play with mid. Maybe you can gank this Orianna. I don't know, whatever the fuck happens. Yeah, at that point, because the game's going to change in those 30 seconds. Kind of don't mind what you're doing here, but it's a little risky in case this Swain doesn't E like this. So you might be just running into like a, what is it, 1v2 here. Because Tristana's got to run through this wave. If Swain saves his E, like, yeah, you can get fucked over a little bit. But the actual play is kind of smart how you did it. So I don't really mind it. Yes, like if Swain has his E there, you might die. Yeah, it's good. I like how you played it. It's kind of okay, but... the point I'd make here is that you can still gank this lane after doing that move. Or, like, killing Nocturne. Because remember, Nocturne is still bot. So there's every chance, like, he might come back here. But it's actually, like, kind of okay. The Vex video? No, not yet. I will do it probably tomorrow. Oh, let's go, LB. Fucking Hillary Clinton, mate. That's big. That is a big kill. So here, even more important to think about old mate, because Numbnuts is fucking 150 HP. So what's Nocturne gonna do, probably? Because remember, he can see this, bro. This is really important as well. The enemy jungler can see what you're seeing in lanes. Oh, LeBlanc just got a kill. So good for me. Yeah, fucking awesome. Protect her, man. Protect her. Cover her ass. Yeah, just by pinging.
Runner 155, ridge line.
Oh.
Big balls.
The Quamate with the sub. 3 months. Thanks, bro. Welcome back. How you been? Makes sense, Burst. So fucking, you see this here. Nocturne. Oh, he's basing, thankfully. Can see this as well. My mid laner just died. What the fuck? My mid laner just died. How dare you? Fucking in I come. Meow. And he might kill LeBlanc. Unless they are inting. What was the point I said? So if LB is 0-4, I just let her die. What was the point I made? Sorry.
Runner
I fucking forgot.
155, ridge line.
Way. The Slink with 2 months. Alright, you guys can fucking relax now. I appreciate it, boys. How you doing, Slink? Doing good? That's good, mate. I've actually got short... Bro, I'm like fucking... I told you, man. I'm like Dory or Finding Nemo. Yeah, so Nocturne... You see what Nocturne does here? Burst? Like, this is bad, right? Because this guy wants to recall, yeah? So look at this situation. This is where, like, you're resetting your own camps kind of makes sense. But don't even think of it like this. So, where the fuck is it? Yeah, so after this, right? This guy has not based. So he's gone... This is his clear. Okay, let's do this first. So, who are we watching? We're watching Burstfire. This is maybe, like, Platinum Elo. He's Diamond Jungler. Yeah, man, I'm doing well. You said I should protect my laner when they are vulnerable to ganks, but what if they are Lucian top overextending 0-6? You still ping them. It's still useful for, like... Remember, you're not just pinging for LeBlanc. You're pinging for your top laner. You're pinging for your bot laner. If you ping, and you know Nocturne is here, imagine if Riven is just, like, stomping top. But for some reason, she might be like, oh, I don't know where fucking Nocturne is. I'm gonna, you know, just chill back a bit. As soon as you ping here, even though it's for LeBlanc, Riven then knows, hang on a minute. This jungler's all the way down here. I'm just in a 1v1. Fucking bang. Another kill for Riven, just because you ping. So you still do it. It doesn't matter, like, how shit the lane is or how much they're inting. If it's fucking Zaptar on Pantheon, I don't care. You still ping it. It's just a habit. Yeah, you should always do it. Always do it. There's never a reason not to. Let me put it that way. But yeah, this Nocturne here, right? You see, so his clear, Red Raptor's gank. Yeah, let's go through it. Red Raptor's gank. Yeah, blue buff. Maybe you could have gone like this, maybe. Because we're thinking about him, but still. Blue buff Gromp. He looks at Crab, doesn't get it. Wolves, Crab. Gank, Krugs. He's been on the map so fucking long here. But look what he leaves up bot lane. He leaves his Raptors up here. So he should really go like this, just because in terms of clearing camps is efficient. Now, it's not the worst thing, because after recalling, he can always go like Gromp, Wolves. I mean, his Wolves probably won't be up. Again, it's a fucking really weird clear. But you see like how this is a situation, because he wants to base. He's been on the map for so long, he's got gold, where clearing this side of the camp, like just one side of the map, sorry, is always going to be efficient. Because you put that side of the map on a timer. And that's where it makes sense, because he's not going to do anything else. Like, he's level 5, fucking, I mean, most of the time, like, yeah, like, Riven has a Warhammer, like, people are now scaling in terms of items. So if he makes a play, remember, he's the same champion at level 1 as he is at level 5 in terms of items. He needs to fucking recall and buy. So when that's the case, you just want to sort your camps out. That's true. So sort your Raptors out, sort your Krugs. If they're both up and you're near them, you can always think about just clearing them. The other point I'd make, though, is that if your Krugs are up and you don't need the gold from them, you can just recall straight away. Because the time it takes you to do your Krugs with just fucking an Ember Knife is going to take ages, yeah? Gonna take ages. Do you remember their red 805? What do you mean? As in, like, their second buff? But yeah, that's important to remember as well, bro. If you already have gold for, like, your back timer, like on Kha'Zix, right? It might be, like, a whip, so 1100. It might be a dirk, so 1100. If you already have the gold, you don't even need to do Krugs or Raptors, just recall. Then do Krugs and Raptors with your dirk, and you're actually on the map while you're doing them. In chat, you would time their buffs. Not really, because you have the timers now. So, like, this thing. You actually have the timer for it, so there's no real point. But you can. It's still a good habit, for sure. if you're gonna like think about that bust though, it's just important to like ping it. That's all I'd say. So don't worry too much about the time, it's just ping it. Yeah? Okay, so the Krugs thing again, right? So on Kha'Zix, yeah? So eventually you're gonna base. Like this Nocturne, as I said, has been on the map for fucking ages. He's eventually gonna recall. His back timer is 1100, yeah, for a whip. Yours on Kha'Zix is 1100 for a whip or a dirk, same thing. Let's say that after he makes this gank, yeah, he fucking waddles off. And he's like, let's just say after this play, he's got 1100 gold already. So he's got whip, but his Krugs and Raptors are still up. We're even going to rewind it just so we can really fucking visualize it. Here he comes. There he is. Fucking, what's his name? Zalacy. Whatever that means. Please have 1100. Oh, fuck. Right, let's just say he has 1100 for argument's sake. Right? So he has 1100 gold. Never do fucking Krugs. Ever. If that's your back timer for a whip or a dirk, whatever champion you're playing, no, don't sell your refill. Selling refill is bad. Yeah, you just even wait. Nah, don't do it. Do not sell refill in your first base. So 1100 gold. Let's say he has this, so he's got it, right? 1100 gold. What lots of junglers are still going to do is do their Krugs and their Raptors. The issue with this is that your Krugs and Raptors, yeah? Remember, at this point in the game, this guy still has an Ember Knife and that's it. In terms of items, he's still level 1. Make sense? So the first time he bought items, level 1, Ember Knife and a refill. He's still the same fucking champion at level 4, yeah? He hasn't evolved in terms of items. Yeah, you can buy pink walls if you've got leftover gold. Sort out your fucking health potions, so if you've got a refill, or if you don't have a refill, buy a health potion. Just sort out your items first. Don't worry about control wards. If you've got a spare 75, buy 1. Don't buy 2, it's fucking try hard. Just buy 1. Don't worry about that yet. We don't need to worry about warding yet. Anyway. So this guy's still the same champion, yeah? So because he has 1100 gold, what the fuck do Krugs mean? He's going to take ages to do Krugs because he still has his Ember Knife. Now, Krugs is still level 1 because he hasn't done them. But what about if he then goes Krugs to Raptors? Raptors have, like, evolved, if you will. They're now level 4. They're harder to take. And the problem with doing that is because his next play on the map is to recall. He is farming to base. So, the problem with this is that if he goes Krugs and a fight breaks out bot, let's just say you dive his bot lane while he's doing Krugs and he has an Ember Knife. What the fuck is he going to do with an Ember Knife? If you have Dirk already and you dive him, dive their bot lane. Let's say your AD carry has a Noon Quiver and your support has, I don't know, like cooldown boots or some shit. Everyone else in the game is on the map. This guy has an Ember Knife farming Krugs, and when he goes to like make a play somewhere, he's just weak as piss. So really, when you farm in that situation when you don't have to, your team is 4v5ing because you're inactive. So you reset your camps if you need the gold. Don't think like fucking resetting. Just think, do I need Krugs for golden experience? And if you do, like this Nocturne actually needs his Krugs here. He's on 1045, right? He needs 50 gold. So definitely do your Krugs, bro. But do your Raptors as well. Don't just leave Raptors up while you do your Krugs. It's definitely worth to go Krugs to Raptors there and reset both. Yeah? So you either do both or you do none, depending on your gold kind of like value. Reset my camps before I base? Well, why do you... Well, you've got to understand, like, you base for gold, yeah? So when you base, well, you do it for, like, to regen your HP and, like, mana and stuff, but you also base for gold, right? So again, if you're on 1100 gold, sometimes, like, you just win lanes, bro, by just playing around your back timers, yeah? Especially, like, in mid lane and solo lanes. If you can prevent the enemy champion from getting to their 1100 gold in the mid lane, for example, which might be boots, or 1300 gold for a lost chapter. If you stop them from getting to that, you might even just win lane. Yeah? So we base to regen. Yeah, even if you have 2k gold, bro, it's just like fucking bad. Because, let me put it this way. If you have 2k gold, right? 2k gold. Let's say you're the Nocturne and you have 2k fucking gold. The time it takes you to clear these Krugs is like twice, right? It's like double as fucking long as it will take me to do them with like a whip and I don't know, like another pickaxe, whatever I buy, yeah? This 2k is like what? I don't know, like in terms of damage, like it's a lot more damage I'm gonna get. And I will clear Krugs and Raptors fucking at least twice as fast as you. Now, it might take me a bit of time to recalling it there. But the funny thing is, I'm probably going to be at the same position. Like, when you finish Krugs, or Raptors, sorry, I would have finished Krugs and Raptors as well. But guess what? I'm on the map. I've bought. So if a fight at Dragon happens, I'm here. If LeBlanc dies Orianna, I'm here. If I think that, you know, this blue buff is coming back off timer, and I'm level 6, I can make a play. That's what lots of people do, right? If they're playing mid lane. They're playing Twisted Fate, for example. They'll hit level 6, the first fucking action is just a recall just because they can't time their bases. You want to hit level 6 and bang, into a lane.